Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am going to be talking today about the Destiny divorce situation that to anybody who's online a lot, you probably know who Destiny is. He's a prominent gamer and he frequently gets in political and relationship type of debates on other people's podcasts, things like that. Real popular YouTuber. And anyway, it's come out this week that he and his wife, ex-wife, whatever, are getting in a divorce. And, because of his previous commentary and real firm stances on like, I don't know how to really describe him. He's kind of like almost like a Ben Shapiro in a sense of his insistence that he's right. And to be fair, he often is. I mean, Destiny's a really smart guy. He knows his stuff. He's really well informed. But something people don't realize about celebrities, even YouTubers and internet celebrities and things like that, is people aren't always right about everything. And, people look at these people as like role models and stuff like that, and they're just regular people. Some people are smarter and better at some things and not so good at other things. Destiny, he's always come off as being really politically astute, highly intelligent, and fairly successful business person. He's doing well on YouTube, and but his relationship stuff has always kind of been a little more wishy-washy. Anyway, he's been in an open relationship with his wife. His wife is from like Romania or something, somewhere in Europe. They met. She left her ex for him. They came to the USA. She got her green card. Started her YouTube channel or streaming channel, whatever it is she does. I honestly don't know much about her. I don't pay attention to this very often, but this is kind of an important topic relating to my channel, so I'm discussing this aspect. And so anyway, they're getting in a divorce, and all these people on the internet are like, ha ha ha, I'm not going to do that. I would have figured this was going to happen from day one, because this is how polyamorous relationships typically end up. And from there, I'm going to move on from Destiny and talk about polyamorous relationships in general. Now, can they work? Yes. Do they work? Usually no. It's kind of like being a sex worker in a way. Whenever you're getting into diverting from what's common in sex practices and relationship practices, generally things don't go well. I've known a lot of sex workers in my lifetime, people who have done porn, strippers, BDSM people, and I know a couple who have done very well with it. And they've been doing it for, 20 years, moved on to helping other people navigate their careers, and they're sane, normal people who run a very good business. But for most people, it doesn't go well. Same thing with polyamorous relationships. I have been in them in the past, and when I was younger, I think 20s here. And I know at least one person who's in one now, and it goes well for them. But they're in a very unique circumstance. But for the most part, polyamorous relationships don't go well. And the reason why is because 9 times out of 10, there's one person who just doesn't want to commit. They don't want to be tied down to one person. And the other who likes this person and doesn't want to break things off, they just kind of go along with it. And that's almost always how it works. Very rarely is two people going to enter into a long-term committed relationship where they're going to get married and maintain an open relationship and have it go well. It just doesn't work. And, you can always point to, oh, well, this person does it. Yeah, but they're not the norm. There's Hunter Thompson was a crackhead and a brilliant writer. And an alcoholic. That doesn't mean the key to being a successful writer is to become a crackhead alcoholic. It's not going to work. So, same thing with polyamorous relationships. Generally, like I said, there's one person who wants to do it, the other who doesn't. And the problem with that is the person who does generally does not want to commit to things like to the relationship. There's going to always be people who are going to be jealous. There's going to be one person who's going to be going out all the time and the other who's not so much. And it's not a recipe for a healthy long-term relationship. Another problem with it is that when you get in a new relationship, there's a lot of emotions, heightened emotions. You fall madly in love, and those feelings die out after time. And I think some people in polyamorous relationships, they like searching for that high of the new relationship, and then when that goes away, they leave them, and they've always got their husband or wife at home who is their day-to-day normal relationship. Like, I've been married for about 7 years now. My wife and I, it's not the way it was when we first met. Our first year was crazy intense, like everybody else's, maybe even 2 or 3 years. And now we're in a different groove. We're in a different phase of our relationship. And, there's none of that heightened emotions or anything, at least not 90% of the time. But we do great together. And even though none of that's there, I'm not looking, she's not looking, there's no reason to look elsewhere. Are we going to rediscover that first year again? Probably not. Anything's possible, but probably not. And we go through points where some of that comes back for a bit, and then it just dies off again. But the thing is when you're looking for a long-term relationship, a partner for life, you're just not going to have all that excitement of a new relationship. It's just not going to happen. And when you are seeing other people, that's going to happen with other people. And most of the time, like in Destiny's circumstance, I don't know exactly what happened, but probably what's happening is, she's dating somebody else. She goes through that other whirlwind and she's off to the next guy. And it's probably going to, it happened before Destiny, it happened for Destiny, it's happened again, and it's going to probably keep happening. And that's just the way that is. That's a fear of commitment. It's a fear of being bored. Whatever it is, that's the way things end up most of the time. So this is what the ultimate result is of polyamorous relationships. Not only that, there's jealousy, at least on one end, almost every time. The one who's not jealous is the one who probably doesn't care about you. If your girl or guy or whatever is not jealous of you dating other people, she doesn't care about you. There's, it's natural to fear losing somebody you love and respect. And if you're not worried about that, then they probably don't love and respect you. And sure, it might sound fun. It's like, oh yeah, I get to bang all these women, this and that. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for a long-term committed relationship, this is not the way to go. If you're looking to just have some fun with some person while you swap around, probably the way to go. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not going to judge the overall lifestyle as a whole. I have a friend now. They've been married something like 20 years, and they're in an open relationship. And the fact is they've already been through all that. They've been together for a long time, and they've kind of moved apart in some ways and not in others. And I'm not going to speculate on what their situation is, but it works for them. But they're the exception, not the rule. And this is what you have to remember when you are getting into these relationships, that there is going to be one person who's primary into it. And if it's not you, then that means she probably doesn't care about you. If it is you, that means you probably don't want to commit. And most people won't admit this, but this is the way it is. This is just psychology. And it's most likely not going to go well in the long term. So if you are looking for a long-term committed relationship, if you're looking for somebody you want to marry, then that's not the way to go. And it's not going to work, and even if, well, maybe it will. Yeah, maybe it will. But if you are with somebody you want to stay with for life, and you see this person as a part of your life who you want to marry and be with, why take that chance? And some people might say, oh, well, you're worried about them finding someone better. Well, yeah, obviously, but people are missing the point. That's not what a lifetime relationship is about. It's not about, moving on and on and on until you find the perfect person, because you're never going to find that person. It's about gives and takes. And, people in different periods of life see different things. There's been times in my life where I've questioned certain aspects of my relationship with my wife. And there's been times when I've felt things that were really important to me were being neglected, for example, and other times when I didn't. But the point is in the long run, you work them out, or you realize you're being foolish and you forget about it, which is the case with me most of the time. Most of the things that really annoy me, I look back and say, how important is this really? And usually it's not. And you just move on. But when you're in a polyamorous relationship, when you're dating somebody else, you don't get a chance to, you don't have enough invested to really reflect and try to repair, any problems you may have. You're like, oh, well, this person doesn't do these things, I'm out of here. And it's too easy to just quit on a relationship when you've always got someone on the side. And when you do that, you're just not going to find anything forever. It's, so that's basically what I have to say about that. Like it if you like it. If you don't care. I'm coming up close to 1 year on this channel. I've got 76 subscribers, which surprises me. I had a goal of getting 100 within a year. If you're still here and you like what I have to say already, consider giving me a like and a subscribe. If you've made it this long, you probably like it. My content is not very good, but it's getting better. So get in while it's early. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and you'll have more coming. And as I get better, you'll hopefully will appreciate it and like it even more. And if you don't, then that's okay too. All right, you guys. See ya.